Alright, hey, a very warm welcome to India Film Project Talk Shop, brought to you by Sanyo in association with Himalayan. Today we have not one but two filmmakers on the sets. Generally till now we had filmmakers who made films for huge screens. Today we have contemporary filmmakers who make films for little mobile handsets. I think they are torchbearers of the new age entertainment for all of us, I would say. I think they have kind of created a revolution in entertainment industry. We have two people with us from TVF, Nidhi Bisht and Amit Golani together on the sets of India Film Project.
Thank
Hi.
you guys.
Very warm welcome.
Thank you so much for the introduction.
To begin with, two people I have on the sets. Amit is a IIT Bombay pass out.
Yeah.
I'm sure घर पे बहुत ज़्यादा लड़ाई की होगी. You know, I'm sure the parents might have never approved of a IIT graduate guy getting into this industry.
मतलब पेरेंट्स से ज़्यादा मेरे ग्रैंडफादर को ज़्यादा ऑपोजिशन था rather than the parents. But yeah, like you said, and like any other person who leaves a traditional job and comes into this field, थोड़ा सा रेजिस्टेंस था, बट थोड़ा इग्नोरेंस होना चाहिए आदमी में. तो तब मैं इतना इग्नोरेंट था कि मुझे लगा कि हाँ, आई एम द बेस्ट फिल्म मेकर अराउंड और आई डिजर्व टू बी इन दिस फील्ड. तो मैं घुस गया. मैं
How was the
निकल पड़ा.
struggle phase like? You always imagined yourself to be the director of those two shows who have been the most watched on the web today in India, and not just India.
Yeah.
Amongst the top 5 most watched web shows in the world, you are the director for that. Damn, did you ever imagine that?
जब निकले थे तब तो आई डोंट थिंक वी हैड इमेजिन कि इट विल बी अ वेब शो, और मतलब देयर वाज नो सच प्लान ऑफ गोइंग ऑन वेब. ऑल वी वांटेड टू डू वाज क्रिएट टीवी शोज. सो वी हैड स्टार्टेड विथ pitching shows to youth channels in India.
How many times?
Matlab 2 times it got picked up and we had spent around a year on both and got rejected. And so yeah, so the plan was never to go on web, like I said. And yeah, the struggling days were hard, but then when you speak about it, it sounds very dramatic. कि मैं मतलब I will tell you कि there was a entire week जिसमें मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में 40 रुपए थे. But it sounds very dramatic, but I know कि हाँ, मैं फ्रेंड से उधार ले रहा था, वो पापा का चेक आना बाकी था, इसलिए 40 रुपए थे सिर्फ अकाउंट में. When you are very conscious of the fact कि हाँ struggle होगा, तो it doesn't seem like a very hard thing. Just the fact that you need to have a backup plan, and thankfully being a graduate from IIT, like you said, I had a clear-cut mindset कि अच्छा, if it doesn't work out, then I have a backup plan and I can do this and that. So it wasn't that difficult for me, I would say, personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was all about filling in that market gap where you used to have those very extremely boring daily soaps,
Yeah.
you know, and then filling that gap with those very contemporary content with which we, the Gen Next, can so much relate to. So
Yeah, again,
it's not on TV, it's on TVF. So you so justify your tagline. So how did that entire
yeah, now in retrospect, it sounds like a masterstroke, but all we were trying to do was, we had just one basic belief that whatever we were watching in college as an audience, we knew that 4,000 people in my college were watching How I Met Your Mother, they were watching Friends, they were enjoying it. So we never bought the fact what TV execs used to tell us कि यार there is no market for this kind of content in India. So that was our only belief कि we had the market study नहीं है, there is a good enough sample size in our college, we know people watch such shows, so if the show is interesting and well made, that they will watch it. That was the core belief, and that was the only basic thought with which we approached the content. We never thought कि एक revolution create करेंगे, IMDb में list कर लेंगे and all that. So the approach was always कि we wanted to make something that we would want to watch, and that simple thought, I think, has led to whatever it is today, probably.
And now from this very modest Amit Golani, shifting to this hot babe, who is ever smiling. Nidhi, you have been part of India Film Project finale in 2016.
Yeah.
So I've heard you discuss the web content part in depth. But when it comes to you as a person, not as a professional, you come out to be an absolute rebel, you know. Is it true or no, it is not?
I'm really liking this all image of mine कि मैं rebel हूँ और ऐसे सब.
Does it comes out like that to me? I could be absolutely wrong. I'm just
नहीं, I would not
figuring
like to
out.
correct you. I think this is working in my favor. तो I think ये अच्छा है कि ये rebel वाला जो भी aura जा रहा है वो सही है. It's
So
working.
you are the only non-IIT pass out amongst the 4 core team members of TVF. How did you get through this particular group? Because they were all connected via alumni association, or
हाँ जी.
how did you get through that? Because you've studied in Jamia Millia, Delhi,
Correct.
and you are a law graduate.
Right.
5 years of your life you
And
invested
then I practiced also in
for
Delhi
2
High Court.
years. Yes.
Yeah.
So how did it?
So I was there in Jamia studying law, and during my college only I also used to, like, I was a freelancer actor in theatre plays in Delhi. सुनने में बड़ा अच्छा लगता है ऐसा कुछ नहीं. So there was IIT Delhi का ही एक alumni theatre group था, Dramatech. So I started working with them through common friends. So then I started, as in, so all the 5 years of Jamia, most of the time I spent in IIT Delhi. So the lingo and, you know, most of the stuff I already knew.
Pseudo IIT.
So yeah, I was a pseudo IITian. और फिर मैं जब बॉम्बे आ रही थी तो you know वो होता है ना कि अरे बॉम्बे में ना मैं उसको भी जानता हूँ तो तू उसको मिल लियो, और तो वैसे that's how my friends from IIT Delhi, they gave me Arnab's contact, and that's how I met him, and through him I met
Bisso and me.
Bisso, Golu and the other.
He is the Golu of
Yeah.
the team.
He's the
Golu
Golani.
Molu, the okay.
नहीं नहीं गोलानी
Golani.
Golani, and that's how okay.
So
उसकी
everybody,
family का nickname है.
everybody in my
Golani
family is
makes
nicknamed
it.
Golani
Golu.
among their friends.
So you are basically from Indore.
Yeah.
You are a dal pakwan fan.
He's
True
a
or not?
Sindhi.
Sindhi and
That's
so
what.
obviously.
So has to be.
हाँ जी,
Yeah,
हाँ जी.
papad
So
and
you're
dal
papad.
Papad.
That's what I was coming
Saint
to.
Papad.
Papad and
But the
so internally if there are memes going on, so my meme is always includes a papad in my hand. Yeah.
So when it comes to you, from my VIN, the Vast Information Network, I got to know that Amit is a master as far as board games are concerned.
Hey.
Right or wrong?
ये कहा जाता है.
अच्छा
Yeah,
है.
मतलब I'm trying to get everybody.
So I
into
tell the producer of the show, plus 1 point to me. That's the correct
Yeah,
information.
Yeah.
it's definitely a correct information. And in fact, while we were getting ready, also I was playing a
Catan.
version of a board game. Yeah, Catan bhi hai, Splendor bhi hai. So
I also know the favorite game, and I also know the scores and all of it. Okay, not getting into it now. The main thing which I wanted to ask both of you, you know, when it comes to TVF, you people as a team, you've experimented with every possible format of a show. So, which is the most fun format while making? So, you've teased politicians, you've made those,
Right.
you know, dramatical shows to
Yeah.
all kind of shows you've made. So, which is the most fun while shooting and scripting and all of it?
I think shoot तो we look forward to shoot. I think all of it because सब अपने babies ही हैं, like in that sense. But I think Cutyapa is something that really comes from. I think it came from a lot of purity in terms of ये चीजें कहना भी चाहते हैं, yet there is a layer to it, and you have to be smart enough and things like that. So I think
yeah.
मेरे लिए शायद Cutyapa होगी. the
Yeah,
चीज़.
and like she said, ki something which is fun also, like you asked, is so Cutyapa. While doing a Cutyapa show, there is always so much scope of doing random things on set. मतलब, like if you're doing a drama show, you need to adhere to the script
The
to a certain extent,
Correct.
क्योंकि story आगे. But Cutyapa में there is a whole lot of scope of doing something
and
improvisations.
going
हाँ,
wild and-
कुछ भी wild कर सकते हैं. So
So then, you know, when it comes to a person choosing her career as an actress,
right.
Generally, the very
Right.
stereotypical definition of an actress has to be that very Aishwarya Rai looking gorgeous lady,
Correct.
you know, who's exactly having that, you know, statistics and all of it.
Right.
Nidhi has reduced a lot of weight recently,
Right.
but initially while you started,
Right.
you know, you weighed well. And considering, once I heard you talking somewhere that, you know, when you go for auditions, yeah, I'm sure you might have faced rejections considering the face cut.
Correct. Yeah,
They
yeah,
say that it has to be a
certain way
old
and
kind of a
आपको
phase,
सिर्फ
which-
बुआ चाची मौसी and things like that. Yeah.
How was that transition like?
Yeah, there was not really a transition, I would say, and I think one thing I was very sure of, like he said, it was good that I was also ignorant at that point of time, and I was very enthusiastic about things. I think most of the people that you will still interact with will mention this thing about me, that एंथू पंटर है बहुत ज़्यादा. So I always used to, you know, कि ठीक है ये भी करके देखते हैं, okay ये करना है, अच्छा चलो करके देखते हैं, ये कैसा है ये भी करके देखते हैं.
So how was the initial phase like? Did your brother is quite into mimicking and all of it, is what I heard.
Earlier, like during childhood, he was the one who used to he was the apple of everyone's eye in the family, and he was the one who used to mimic Mithun Da and Sanjay Dutt and all of that. And then I used to, और मुझे कोई देखता नहीं था, तो मुझे लगता था कि this maybe is the way, that if you know I'll copy him, then maybe people will appreciate me as
You
well.
were mimicking the mimicry.
The mimicry.
So what if we ask Nidhi to do that now on the screens of Talk Show?
Okay.
Who would that character be whom you would want to impersonate right now?
I think Shatrughan was.
We are all khamosh already. We are all ears.
कि सालन ज़ोंबी ज़माना हम चैन से जीने नहीं देगा. मैं तुमसे प्यार करती हूँ. ओए ओए ओए. अबे चुप.
The context of the scene is that she is doing that Senti scene with the hero, and because Shatrughan has taught her, she even does that scene like that.
It's such a fancy to be a director of a show which is the most watched web show, which is listed in IMDb. So how was the first reaction like while you got to know for the very first time that this show is doing so good?
I think it was a very gradual process because the release of the show spanned over 3-4 months. मतलब basically हम लोग timelines adhere नहीं कर पाए थे, so we were shooting and releasing that way. So it was over 3-4 months, and by the end of it we got to realize कि oh, this is such a big deal. But then again, like you said, IMDb, we never thought, and today also we kind of say कि it's a great honor, but we know कि the lot of shows that are technically below in the ranking are way better, and they have had multiple seasons, and so it has been 2 years now since the first season, and even today on all the videos we release, the question that is being asked is
Pictures ka next season.
pictures to cover.
In fact, there was, during the release of the first season, there was a lag between, I think, the third episode and the fourth episode, and it was promised that fourth episode will be released on a certain date, and uske release se, I think it was already 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So an online petition was signed, and people were
Proper
signing
change.org
petition.
petitions चल रही.
चल रही थी कि where is pictures, fourth episode, finale कहाँ है, and all of that.
So, while we just discuss about the fans, while they give you instant feedback, it's very good part for you as a professional. But they're also brutal. They're very vocal.
Right.
Yeah.
So, this question is for both of you. You know, considering all various kind of formats and shows that you've both been parts of, do you personally scrutinize every comment that you get, you read? Nidhi?
We definitely read all the comments. Yeah, that's part of the process. That's
But there's so many,
definitely-
there's some 1,000 comments. and
Yeah,
you
there are
read
over
every-
5,000 at times. There are 15,000 comments, but yeah.
That is something we have to do.
How do you, tackle those extremely negative people? I'm sure they are big in numbers.
I think there are just opinions out there, and of course it is very important to also know कि लोगों ने कैसे receive किया है, because they are the ones who actually celebrated also at times when something has clicked with them.
I think over 4-5 years of doing web content, one thing we have realized is that people have you don't need to be a content creator to have the opinion or it is a valid opinion, because we are making something for the audience.
Yes.
अब तुम customers को satisfy नहीं कर पा रहे, वो अपना comment दे रहे, so that is a valid opinion. You don't need to, we can't have that ego कि तूने कभी बनाया है क्या?
Yeah.
Because after all, we are claiming to be content creators, they are claiming to be the audience,
The
and
audience.
they should have their opinion.
So what is that one TVF team policy which you guys very strictly follow? Every member of the core team. Something which is strictly follow, everybody.
I think one thing that we try to follow is creative democracy. So this is a word which we were following beforehand, but then we realized okay, this the right definition of the
for
process
it.
that we are following. So like I said earlier also, ki it doesn't matter who has come up with the idea or who is pitching. So even if Bisso, who has written most of the Kyutiapa shows or pictures also he has written, even if he is pitching and the reaction is not good, then that script will go for a rework. And if an intern pitches something and 10 लोगों को वहाँ पे हंसी आई, so that is a good enough script. So I think that is something we try to follow very religiously, and even on set. So even on set, although there is a hierarchy on set, ki director, AD and all that, but
writers.
yeah, even writers are present on set, which usually does not happen, and writers actually have half the say in what
In the making process
in the
as well.
making process on this location, because they know how the joke is written, with what timing ka intention it was written. So I think that really helps bringing out the comic side at least of it, even the drama side, but more for the comic side. So
So, you know, when we have this notion that, you know, as far as all the very popular web channels are concerned, be it TVF or be it AIB or be it BB Wines or be it even Y Films team, we've always seen you people not in a cutthroat competition but in collaboration.
I think there's definitely a mutual sense of respect amongst
All
within the
creators.
community for each other, because everybody is at the end of the day trying to do something new and creating, not just sitting there and commenting कि क्या कर रहे हो और ऐसे. तो I think सब लोग काम कर रहे हैं, सब लोगों को देखने के लिए there's a decent amount of audience that each one of the makers have.
Yes.
तो वो sense of respect है I think, और healthy competition भी है. It's not कि सब ऐसा ही है, तो नहीं, हम compete भी करते हैं. और
and I think like she said, बहुत organic इसलिए है क्योंकि there is no, so in TV अगर मैं स्टार प्लस पे रात को 9 बजे कोई शो देख रहा हूँ तो मैं सोनी पे 9 बजे नहीं देख सकता, because तो
Yes.
so that is the reason why उतना competition भी होता है. Here the decision is on the viewer. So उसको अगर आपका content अच्छा लगेगा तो वो देखेगा. वो भले AIB का वीडियो देखने के बाद आपका वीडियो देखेगा, पर वो देखेगा. So there is no such कि उसका अच्छा बन गया तो मेरा क्या होगा, वो there is no
ऐसे नहीं है कि
डर
TVF
भी
अच्छा लगता है तो ये भी अच्छा नहीं लग सकता, वहाँ नहीं देख सकते.
so-
तो you can watch everything.
If we go back to your college days, or probably while Nidhi, you know, you started with a theatre company and you've casted very popular roles as far as TV.
Actors, yeah, characters were.
So what were those 3 master strokes you played, you think?
In terms
were
of casting,
casting.
I think Sumit Vyas for sure for Permanent Roommates.
See, all the girls are doing that.
And I think definitely Abhay Mahajan as Mandal for pictures. Of course, बहुत लंबी लिस्ट है यार, मतलब I think मैंने तो सभी gems ढूंढ के दिए हैं यार.
हम लोग इसको करण जौहरी बुलाते हैं.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
The learning, unlearning and relearning process is very quick. It is of course part of every medium
Yeah.
of entertainment, but considering web, it is supremely quick. How quick it is if you have to guide us, the aspirational filmmakers, the people who are cinema lovers.
I don't know about unlearning and relearning. I will just give you an example wherein जहाँ पे audience feedback was so quickly incorporated that मतलब it, so something it happened on Permanent Roommates. So like she said, Sumit Vyas is a terrific actor and he himself is a writer, so he
Writer
has
as
a
well.
knack for it also. So the word cool that the character does, cool, that is something which was not there in the script. So he improvised it in the first episode.
Okay.
As a reaction, वो कुछ निधि का character and निधि सिंह का
It became
character and वो
synonymous
and
with
that
him,
yeah, so
with the
given
character.
with the feedback on that word, so everybody was commenting cool. So then that is something we picked up for the
Integrated.
for
The latter episodes.
So it was quickly within one episode we realized, okay, this is something which अनजाने में हम लोग से काफी सही चीज discover हो गई है, so let's capitalize on that.
The next question is for Nidhi. For any particular character that you might have played, you know, I'm sure with every character, because the characters come out very, very interesting. Characterization happens so interestingly with your shows. So the homework that goes behind it, and one of the most, you know, interesting homework that you've done.
I think while playing Jamia Roy Sengupta from the making of series, making of breaking news, I think the finale episode of the series. I think there was this observation that I've seen. One of the correspondents, I would not like to name her, but like while delivering news, while I think she was covering elections or something, and I noticed that उनका गला बैठा हुआ था, and I found it really funny कि उन्होंने इतनी रिपोर्टिंग कर दिया और इतना चीखा चिल्ली हुआ होगा कि अब गला बैठ गया और बैठे हुए गले के साथ अभी भी रिपोर्टिंग कर रहे हैं. So I just then thought कि maybe you know if I'll be able to do it and you know show this particular thing on screen तो वो अच्छा लगेगा.
And वो as a satire भी बहुत it worked very well because the commentary on the news was कि सिर्फ चिल्लम चिल्ली होती है news पे, so it worked really well with the character also, I think.
All right. The next segment which we have is going to be very interesting considering generally we have only one guest on the sets. Today we have two. So it will be a jamming session which will happen for this segment which we call Build a Scene. Yeah, it's a spontaneous segment where I'll give you a character, location and a property. Okay, the character which I've thought for both of you is a drunkard with a mobile set which has 4G connectivity.
Okay.
The location is a news hour studio.
Okay.
Okay.
And the property is a cake.
News Hour studio. I think Bisso hota to would
Correct.
have been.
I think Arnab with a you will be there.
Arnab with a you will be there.
हाँ, our beloved Arnab.
Yeah. So there will be the drunkard. Okay.
हाँ. तो drunkard cake और है कि which network is better, Jio or Airtel. Tonight on the studios we have with us Mr. Golani, younger brother of Rajkumar Hirani.
No, Arnab, I think you have mistaken all knees to be brothers and sisters.
Mr. Golani, shut up. Are you drunk?
No, actually, it is my 5th anniversary of quitting drinking. So I am not drunk.
Shut up! Nobody speaks for so long on my show. Mr. Golani, this is my show.
Okay, Arnab, I don't think anybody can pass your gaze of truth.
I'm right. I was right. All along I was right. I knew this. Yes, I was right. Let's get the cake.
But Arnab, can you... Cake bhi aa gaya.
He jumped on the cake!
I feel very good, Arnab, that you have brought this cake, but that is, I'm sorry, that is not the proof that I am drunk right now. I can show you a video here. See.
You have distracted me from the panel tonight. Do you remember what was the topic? I think I am drunk.
I think, Arnab, you are drunk with power. That I would agree, yes.
I think I am high on success.
Yeah, that too I will agree that you are high on success. So Arnab, I think the cake that you have in front of you, I'll show you another video of how to blow the candles.
Mr. Golani, you're really distracting me. It's so hot. I'm hot. It's hot out here. I think हो गया इससे ज़्यादा delusion मुझे कभी नहीं feel हुआ.
And the way she pounced on the cake.
बस हो गया.
Cake लिया जल्दी से.
Wow. Awesome. And now moving ahead with another section of the same segment where you build a scene again where I give you 2 characters of your own productions.
Okay.
Okay. One character could be the permanent roommates wala Purushottam
ji. Okay.
And the other could be Chitwan from Tripling.
हाँ जी. Right.
What would be the conversation between both of these TVF characters at a graveyard? Let graveyard be the location.
तो I think चितवन की कोई DJ night होगी जिसपे पुरुषोत्तम उन्हें लेके गए होंगे. And
ग्रेवयार्ड में डीजे नाइट.
हाँ, something. चितवन उतनी crazy तो है, I think वो तो कुछ भी कर सकता है. So I think it's
डेथ मेटल बजाएगा सिर्फ उस डीजे नाइट पे सिर्फ
डेथ मेटल बज रहा होगा. And I think
giving the ambience
somewhere during midnight while lighting his last joint.
आई थिंक एक पॉइंट जिसपे वो लोग का डिस्कशन हो सकता है, मेरे को जो सीन ऐसा याद आया, उनका डिस्कशन इस बात पे हो सकता है कि किसकी गाड़ी बेटर है. बोथ आर कार लवर्स.
यस.
ठीक है, तो चितवन है कि मेरी टियागो, इसका कलर देखो, इसकी चौड़ाई देखो, इसके टायर्स देखो, And
पुरुषोत्तम इज लाइक मेरी शबनम.
इसकी लॉयल्टी देखो कि कान टूट गया पर अभी भी सुनती मेरी है. So that is the discussion I think that these guys.
Their point of bonding
हाँ,
would be.
their point of bonding will be, and I think Graveyard is a मतलब very good situation जिसमें चितवन बहुत pranks कर सकता है.
पुरुषोत्तम जैसे
के
कैरेक्टर
ऊपर.
के साथ.
क्योंकि बहुत ही गलिबल कैरेक्टर है, बहुत ही वैसा कैरेक्टर है कि उसको कोई भी बीप बना सकता है. So yeah, I think that will be a good scene, I think. Yes.
All right. Now we get real.
Okay.
Now what we do is I present to you a few things on the screen. So I'll request both of you to turn around here.
Right.
Have you ever Googled about yourself, guys?
नहीं
Both
यार
of you?
इतने
मैंने तो नहीं किया.
मतलब थोड़े कम है ऐसे नार्सिसिस्ट तो, बट ओके.
What is that one thing which is seeking your attention, Amit?
I think what is TVF Pictures.
Your take on this? Yeah.
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मतलब आई एम ट्राइंग टू इमेजिन अ सिचुएशन जहाँ पे उसने TVF Pictures नाम सुना पर उसे पता नहीं था. मतलब आई एम गेसिंग अगर उसने किसी से सुना होगा तो उसने ये भी सुना होगा कि what is it about and all that. So this is a very curious thing for me. What is TVF Pictures? कि ये कोई क्यों गूगल करेगा? What मतलब TVF Pictures गूगल करेगा कि शो देखना है. और ये मुझे समझ नहीं है कि
The
वो क्या.
word of mouth probably that might have made a lot of
हाँ.
people search this is what I
Maybe,
guess.
maybe.
All right, next on the screen. Nidhi.
निधि पिष्ट.
Second? Yeah.
एज. फिलोरी.
Filori.
ट्विटर.
How was your experience with Filori?
Filori, I really enjoyed working with them. I think it was my first work experience in terms of a proper film set, although it was my 7th film, first one to get proper release. So I think सब बहुत ही passionate लोग थे. It almost felt like working on a TVF set with slightly grown up people. That's all. I think तो vibe तो बहुत सही थी यार और अच्छा था. So
All right, next on the screen.
अच्छा ये after the finale.
हाँ, finale.
Oh
आई
my
थिंक ये बहुत ही हार्टनिंग था. इवन जो काफी रिएक्शन वीडियोस आते हैं
हाँ.
ऑफ
Permanent roommates finale.
सो आई डोंट नो ही मीन्स इट एज अ गुड थिंग और नॉट, क्योंकि ऐसे करण जौहर लिखा है कि मतलब वैसा मेलोड्रामा बोल रहा था. पर आई थिंक ये काफी लोगों ने आके बोला है. एंड इनफैक्ट इवन द सेंसिटिव थिंग्स इन दैट people have come up and said कि we have faced that situation and it was so helpful to us to see something like that and मतलब see people actually realistically handling that topic in a show somewhere. So I
Yeah,
think
there were messages from couples who
Yeah,
were who had just gone through a similar situation, and it really sort of helped them in giving a closure to the entire thing.
All right, next.
Seems like Bish Please was the viral fever's attempt at lowering expectations from season 2 of Pictures.
thank you.
Zoom in on our expressions, please, right away.
I usually read the comments in a certain voice, like कि जिस intention है, seems like Bish Please was viral fever's attempt at lowering expectations from season 2 of Pictures.
Sing. चलो आप जाके आम खाते हैं.
हम खाते हैं, ऐसे ही feel करते होंगे.
All right, but coming to the point that most of the tweets which you just said, it was a mixed bag of very sweet tweets and those mean tweets as well. So as you said that there are some 10-15,000 comments which you get on every episode, so you're used to all of these.
Yeah.
But when it comes to social media, do you think that people these days they can go to any extent, to any level, to write anything and bring about a huge change in how a company is working? I'm of course hinting at the recent
Right. I think
tsunami that you guys faced.
I think with social media, there's one thing for sure which I personally have learned, that there are opinions, and then everybody has an opinion, and then there are people who will back that opinion. So and unfortunately, I think for me, social media has become that point of validation for people कि I have an opinion, and because there are 2-3 people who are giving me that retweet or favoriting my tweet, or it just gives me that sense or that power कि I can say anything, and I think I am on a spree to say the right thing, or I am the one who's speaking the truth and not anyone else. तो वो एक चीज़ मुझे, that's one thing which I feel.
I think one
Personally.
thing that what social media has impacted, in one line I would say it has changed the concept to guilty until proven innocent. So I think that is a big thing that has impacted, मतलब not just maybe us, और मतलब बहुत सारे ऐसी किस्से हैं. So that is one thing that bothers me, and as a group we can be more responsible towards that, I think.
And
So-
I think there's one thing which there are quotes, no, within, if you visit our office sometimes, so there are these big quotes which are written all across various walls. So there's one which says that usually there are people who first receive an information, then they react, and then they think about it. So ideal
Those
way,
reflectors
Yeah.
will think about it and then they.
So ideally it should be the opposite.
Yeah.
मतलब first receive the information, think about
About
it,
it.
research about it, conclude, and then
Then-
if you have to, react.
then
So-
react. Yeah.
All right. Now what we do is I'm going to, just speak out a few things and your reaction. But since
Okay.
we have two of you right now, this round is called In a Jiffy. In a Jiffy is like how it sounds. It has
Yeah.
to be very quick.
Right.
In the least possible time, you're supposed to react to the things which I just start announcing. We begin with it.
Yeah.
The first thing for you is spell Mississippi.
MISSIPPI.
He chucked the double SI, the other part.
So
Mississippi is what you did.
oh, okay. So that is an actual problem people don't know.
What is your least favorite thing about you?
I think laziness,
Same, yeah, lazy.
Most favorite thing about you?
logical thinking, मतलब approach to problems logically.
Yeah.
Theorist.
Yeah.
You go by statistics and you?
Yeah, I think I'm a very optimistic person, so my positive thinking.
If it would be a superpower which you're granted with, what would that superpower be?
Teleportation.
Yeah, I would like to fly.
Rolling Stones versus Beatles.
Rolling Stones बहुत कम सुना है. Beatles I have also discovered through a movie, and उसके बाद it became like a favorite. So Beatles.
I would also say मैं musically वैसे भी challenged हूँ, I think, and I think Beatles is something that I've heard more, so Beatles. Yeah.
Worst pickup line.
किसी ने use ही नहीं किया.
Worst pickup line you might have ever used on a girl and you failed terribly.
I think I have succeeded. तो एक one line that I have used is on a scale of 0 to 99999999, what is your phone number? So
Interesting.
that is the line I've used.
You got the number then?
Yeah.
If tomorrow morning you wake up as Arnab Goswami, what would be the first thing you do?
I'll go back to sleep.
मेरे को इसका भी आंसर देना. I'll take a haircut. यार उसके बाल बहुत लंबे हो गए. Please, you should take a haircut.
Ranveer Singh versus Ranbir Kapoor.
Ranbir Kapoor.
इतना
Sumit or Jeetu?
जी.
Android versus Apple.
Android.
Android.
Send a tweet to Rakhi Sawant.
Well done, sister. Don't reply to this tweet.
बहुत dangerous tweet है नहीं.
A tweet to Narendra Modi.
अब की बार विश्वपति सरकार.
Okay, a tweet to Tanmay Bhatt.
साथ में जिम चलते हैं यार किसी दिन.
Pictures season 2.
दिसंबर में आएगा.
That everybody knows. Some secret.
Some
Before the trailer releases, we would want to know. Let the audience be the
अच्छा कुछ
privileged.
स्पेशल आप जाना चाह रहे
things will get darker. Let me just.
Alright, if you have to remake a Hollywood film, who would you cast?
हो. Okay.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter में I think I would like to take Rohan Shah as
हाँ.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, so he's one of the actors
Yeah.
in our shows.
He's a regular. I think you guys must have seen him. He's a popular child actor.
हिप्पे
who's
पूरे
been-
में भी है.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Rohan Shah for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Alright. Pulp Fiction.
Samuel Jackson में I think
Badass Irfan Khan.
Irfan Khan.
Titanic.
Titanic. I think Jeetu and
Akansha.
Akansha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The next segment we have is called On the Rocks. You're supposed to
इतनी
rate
गर्मी तो
out
होगी.
of 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah? We begin with it?
Rate out of 10. Okay.
Yes. Okay, bank balance of TVF.
Confidential.
ऐसे ना 20 out of 10.
Hi, super.
अरे सब ज़्यादा पैसे मांगे.
Laziness level. You already told that.
ठीक है, मान लिया 8 ठीक है. 8.
हाँ, I think it
Crazy. 8. Okay. Indian animated movies.
1.
Fitness level.
I think 7.
Imtiaz Ali films.
Imtiaz Ali films, I'll give.
Different film, different ratings. मतलब
Which is your favorite?
जब भी मैं I think.
AIB.
Very funny.
You have to rate out of 10.
Okay. मैं उस मोड में चला गया. 7 to 8. 7.5.
Yeah, 8.5.
Love for Maggie.
Depends on who prepares it, but yeah, 9.
Indian media.
1.
2.
Your driving skills.
My driving skills, I think 9.
Wow.
Parking skills नहीं बोला ना आपने.
ठीक है, then it's
Reverse
7.
gear, we just.
Parking है, खड़ी हो गई भैया कर दो.
All right. The next segment we have is called I have never. So you have the placards with you. We'll
Yeah.
begin with the first.
Yeah.
Stolen money from someone's wallet.
पापा. Childhood.
मैं बहुत अच्छा बच्चा हूँ.
Borrowed a thing and never returned. What?
Books, games, endless.
I think मेरे intention सही होते थे वैसे. But yeah.
Ragged or got bullied.
Ragged or got bullied.
यार आप कॉलेज में जाओगे तो
आपने बोला मैं rebel हूँ तो. Never.
Okay, slept while shooting.
I have.
in between take.
नहीं.
नहीं मतलब मैं अपना बता रहा हूँ.
I don't
Being
ऐसे-
friend zoned.
friend zone.
और किसी और.
तो I think born to friend zone.
Been on a dating app.
Yeah.
Puked at a party.
Oh, sorry. Proud.
Once.
एक ही बार proud moment था
Once.
वो भी.
Had a crush on your colleague.
Obviously.
The calm.
I'll not ask to name one.
Thank you.
All right. The next segment which we have is called award segment.
Okay.
Yeah. The first one being where you can award according to your preferences. Funniest Bollywood villain.
I think Baman. Baman
In?
Irani. In
हाँ.
Munna Bhai. Munna
Yeah.
Bhai. Yeah. Even 3 Idiots, I think.
Yeah.
Best debut actor or actress recent.
I think last year हुआ था विकी का.
हाँ विकी कौशल.
Vicky Kaushal and Masana, I think.
Yeah, really.
Best web series international.
Best web series international.
There is one series that I like. So Video Game High School.
Okay.
So there is if you search it VGHS currently.
Most meaningless song from Bollywood.
एक को सलमान की मूवी का है ना पॉप वो क्या
Pa 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 pa.
वो which movie होता है अजय देवगन की मूवी थी ना
संजय दत्त, अजय देवगन.
हाँ,
Son of Sardar.
Yes,
Yes.
All right. I think both of you are amazing. Thank you so much. And
gift hampers.
we have something to present to both of you.
अरे thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And here it goes to you.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
We had absolute fun having both of you on the sets. The very chilled out vibes that you carry. Thank you so much for being here. And we hope the questionnaire was not too loud for you to answer.
नहीं
No,
नहीं
no,
यार.
not at
We
all.
had fun.
It was great fun.
Yeah.
And impromptu workshop भी हमारी हो गई.
हाँ थोड़ा ऐसा फील हो रहा है कि आज 2 घंटे वर्कशॉप और बातें और बहुत मजा आया.
गप मारी है.
Yeah. So thank you Megha.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure.
Thank you.